Today is June 16th, 2024. It's the morning video that I try to make every day. It's about 9:50 a.m. Last night I had a dream about me and my mom. I couldn't really clearly remember the dream, but then I wanted to see her, so I called her this morning and we did a quick video call, so I got to see her. I really wanted to see her after I saw her in the dream last night. I wanted to see her on the video. I mean, that's the next closest thing I can do, because I can't really see her in person. She's in India and I'm here in the United States. It's not as easy to just go whenever I want, but that made me feel better. Made me feel better to see her smiling face. And my husband Bill and Alice, they tried to speak a little Bengali, which was funny because with their accent it was kind of hard for them to understand, but that was good that they tried. That was funny. Today's Father's Day, so we made some breakfast, French toast, and we had red velvet cupcake from the store. So we had that and coffee. I read a little Thich Nhat Hanh book, a couple of pages. That made me feel better. And I had some chores today. I'm gonna do that. And maybe later on in the day, I might do some meditation from that Insight Timer app. And here and there, I got to practice the mantra that I wrote down. One of them is actually one I can just practice here, because I'm supposed to practice that 5 times a day. It helps to train my brain, so that's what I'm supposed to do. Supposed to meaning I do want to work on myself, which is why I wrote this down. So one is to be kind and compassionate to all beings all the time. That's the mantra. Even if we can't do it always, we have to try. And try to ground myself to the present moment as much as I can. And even if my mind goes to the past or the future, think of good memories from the past or good prospect of the future instead of worrying. And the number 3, what was number 3? I already forgot. I guess I had to write it more to my heart, so that it's not a good thing that I forgot my mantra. What was that? Oh, yeah, now I remember, because that's actually the most important part. For my inner peace, I'll accept the things that I can't change. Accepting is like the most important part, because we as human beings, as a default thing, we tend to want to control the things that we can't. So those are the things, if we accept, that helps with finding peace. So that's what I want to keep doing. I want to accept the things that I can't control or change, because we can only control or change ourselves. And we all know how hard that is. And when we try to change others, it's not possible. It doesn't work. Only way we can change our reality is by by responding differently. And the only way we can respond differently is by changing ourselves, changing our thinking, changing our feelings, and the way we do things, or the things that we speak. So yeah, so in a very, the summary is, I accept the things that I can change for my inner peace. Yes, that's the most important mantra. Think of your mantra. If you watch this video, think of your mantra that you can practice 5 times a day. I read a book where they talked about practicing the mantra 5 times a day, and that helps. I don't think I have started doing it 5 times a day, but I'm doing 2 to 3 times a day, and that's helping already. I know. The mantra, you want to write it down, is very simple. Also, the things that you can remember, like today I forgot the most important one, but I know that I will, more I practice, I will remember it. And those are the things, if you keep practicing on a normal time, it will help when things are stressful. So that way, because our practicing mind is a mind when it's almost like you have to continue to continue to practice it for it to work when you're in a stressful situation. Because when you're in a stressful situation and you try to do the practice, it doesn't work, because your mind can't really connect with that. Because Joe Dispenza says, yesterday I saw a video where Joe Dispenza says, whenever we try to learn something new, it creates a new brain connection, and that connection gets stronger when we practice it more and more. It's almost like when you walk in a path, which on a path where there are grasses, and then if you keep walking on that path, and then that path gets more clear and clear because there is no more grasses and you just see the wood. So just like that in our brain, first time you do it, it's like a very thin connection, maybe just a hairline, and then you keep doing it more and more and more, and then from that hairline it becomes a thick one. It's a weird metaphor, but that's how it kind of works. That's how from those different videos I learned. So keep practicing, keep doing it. It's sort of like building a muscle. You just keep practicing, and then eventually it works. So yeah, I'll try to keep practicing my mantra a few times a day. Today maybe I'll try 5 times today, and it is helping me. I know that it is helping me. Practicing all these things is helping me to think differently, and in a good way. So yeah, mindfulness practice, there are so many ways people practice it. Ultimately, it is for peace. First of all, peace in your own mind, and then when you are peaceful, people around you, your family, your friends, your co-workers, they will be peaceful. And the way Thich Nhat Hanh says is that by doing that, you are spreading the peace around the world. So it's a good thing. So keep practicing that. It's a win-win for yourself and for the world. So I want to keep doing this. Some days there's less time, some days there's more, but even if you can practice for 5 minutes, even if you can practice for 1 minute, it is helpful, because it keeps you on that path. And like Thich Nhat Hanh says, you want to find a sangha. That's actually also one of the most important things, because when you think of the consistency, sometimes if you're by ourselves, we give up. But then if you have a community who is also practicing, they don't have to practice the exact same thing, but it helps, because then you can keep each other accountable, or at least with the group you can hold yourself accountable, and sometimes even if you give up, that's life gets in the way, and you keep going back to that community, and then you will feel motivated again to get into the practice. So for me, I haven't really found a group yet. I joined one of the mindfulness practice group one weekend. It was a half day training type of thing. It's not always easy to attend that with Alice's broken arm and all that situation, but I tend to attend to some meetup type of mindfulness related thing once a month, or sometime on that Insight Timer. So something or the other, maybe eventually I'll find a group where it's almost like Toastmasters. I do have a Toastmasters group where I go there on a regular basis. There's 2 meetings a month, so I go to that. At least once a month I go there, and we have a group, a community. So I have to find a similar one for mindfulness, so that will really help me as to continue this practice when life gets busy or when I start working eventually. So yeah, anyway, I will finish the video with some grounding technique with the senses, and after that maybe later in the day I'll make another video. So first I'm gonna try to use the bodily senses, the 5 senses, and then the mind, which is like the 6th sense. So first, okay, I took a deep breath. I didn't really smell anything. Just trying to hear any sound. I can hear myself speaking. I can hear Alice. She's playing downstairs. She's saying something. I don't really know what she's saying, but I can hear a little bit. I can see all the colors of the things in the room. Pretty much all the colors of the rainbow. And when it comes to taste, I can taste the coffee. I'm still drinking the morning coffee, and it's some French toast, so I can still taste that. It says enjoy the little things, enjoy the little things in life. Little things are actually the big things in the longer term. Those little things are what becomes big things. And as far as the temperature goes, it's a little bit on the cooler side, not hot, not cold, but a little bit on the cooler side. And I feel the clothes, the string, the bracelet, my hair, the fabric on the bed. And as far as thinking goes, I'm actually thinking 2 different things. One is when we had the breakfast at the table. Also, I'm thinking when I spoke to my mom, her smiling face on the video. So I'm glad that those are memories of the past from like last 30 minutes, but that is still the past. That's what in Buddhism they call present, is like literally this minute. It's 10:03 on June 16, 2024. So something that was before 10 o'clock or even before 10:03 is in the past. So anyway, the concept I think is, and my mantra, that even if I can't be on the present moment, I'm thinking something from the past, which is a memory. If I'm in the positive memory, it's a good thing. Like Sadhguru would say that present is the only reality that we are living in. Past and future both are like images of the memory, and images of the a lot of time our mind goes and the memories that are not so good, so we have to kind of get our mind the memories that are good memories, and future also the good prospects. Breathing should be the easiest thing, isn't it? Because we are already breathing all the time, and maybe that's why it is so hard to focus on, because it's not that we have to focus to breathe. It happens because without breathing we are all gonna die. So it just goes, it's an autopilot thing. So it's almost like you have to something that always runs on autopilot. You have to kind of manage it in a way, the way you want, because we are breathing on a normal pace, and if our mind goes in certain direction, our breathing pace also adjusts by itself, and that's what it's been doing for years and years and years. So when we try to control the breathing to slower or faster, it's literally changing that autopilot way of doing things. So that's why it is probably harder. But there are many other ways to get to the present moment using other senses. For me, a lot of time I use listening to books, audiobooks, spiritual books, or other type of books. That helps me. There are many other ways to get to the present moment. So you just got to figure out what works and continue doing that. Repeating the mantras throughout the day, that would help. And yeah, it's a nice and sunny day, and I feel the connection that I always do, the constants in life: Mother Earth, the sun, the moon, the trees, the blue sky, water, clean air that we can breathe. And I'm grateful for all of that. I'm grateful for family, and grateful for the little things in life. Okay, bye. I'll take a few deep breaths and finish the video.